A short update on the energies. August 21, 2014. By now you have all become adjusted to being constantly adjusted, and as such, this feeling of discombobulation that you will experience from time to time will become more familiar as you start to settle into this state of being constantly unsettled. You see, the flux that we have discussed so many times earlier is not about to calm down, but that is for very good reason indeed, namely to keep you moving ever forwards. We are aware that for some, what you experience as being unsettled will feel unsettled in ways that you might think of as negative, but it is in fact the other way around. For you are being helped to get free from anything that may stand in your way, and in order to set you free from any limitations, you must literally be shaken loose in every way. So expect this sense of instability to become a permanent presence, at least for the time being, and take it for what it truly is, namely a sure sign of progress. Again, mankind has been taught to expect as little turmoil in their lives as possible, or in other words, mankind has been taught that a sense of immobility is what you should seek for. And no wonder, as upward mobility in the energetic sense of the word was to be shunned, that is, according to those living amongst you who saw all of the benefits they could reap from keeping you all fixed within those narrow confines that they described for you. But you are no longer affixed to any of those old ideas, and so, you have become nomads in the best sense of the word, constantly moving with the flow and following the trail the light has set before you. And so, you have ventured out from the dark and narrow tunnel that mankind has spent so many lifetimes holed up in, and you have entered the flow in every sense of the word. For this river of light will not stop, and neither will you, and together, you will make a whole lot of changes happen over a wide area indeed. Not just geographically and restricted to your planet and to this timeline, no, this goes far wider and deeper than that. For you act as catalysts as we have told you earlier, and even if you think that what you do is an endeavor that will benefit all of mankind, the effects of all of your achievements will go much further than that. And yes, again we refer to both locations and timelines, for this is in all aspects a multidimensional operation, encompassing so many levels that you have yet to envisage. And so we say keep going with the flow, no matter how fast and intense this current will become, for you are built to take this forward rush in every way. In fact, your whole being will begin to thrive in this constant change of atmosphere as it were. In other words, it will be like finally having full circulation restored to your entire being after having lived on an incredibly restricted flow of energetic fluids for lifetime after lifetime, and even if your body may still exhibit some symptoms set on by this sudden influx of light, it will soon start to exhibit signals that it is indeed beginning to flourish once again. You might even call it a second flowering if you will, and we think that many of you will take the underlying meaning of that word flower. For this is all about the aspects of you that are such an intricately crafted set of interconnected algorithms, sequences that interact in such a way, your whole being will start to respond to them in ways that can be hard for you to even comprehend at this stage. Remember, you are a far more complex being than what this seemingly humble and frail vehicle you are currently ensconced within may signal to the casual observer, and now, that underlying complexity will start to come into action in every sense of the word. For you are literally unfolding now, like the true flowers of life you really are. And this is not just a decorative flower we are talking about either, for this is all about abilities and strength and indeed attributes that will begin to change your world from the inside out. So take some time to digest these words once again, and then, take some time to take a good look at that wondrous being you really are. Try to see yourself, not with the eyes, but with your spirit, and then, we think you will all find a way to become more than a little awed by what you find within. For you are like a cathedral of light, all compacted into the small package walking around on this planet, and if we say that you are indeed far more impressive than anything you can behold anywhere in your universe, we would be understating the case. For you are more than that, and so, the grand miracles you are waiting for have already happened, but they have happened on a scale that is so minuscule, your entire universe could be likened to a small pinprick of light if it was compressed to that same density of information that you are carrying within your frame. In other words, go within, and keep going, for you have a long way to go if you want to come to the bottom of this. And what do we mean by that? Simply that there is so much more to you than you can grasp at this moment in time, but now, as you start to slowly open yourself up to these secrets you carry within, you will begin not only to grasp it, but to fully embrace it all. And it is indeed more than a handful of glittering light, dear ones, for you are the bringers of dawn in every way, and so, what you carry within, is in itself enough to light up your entire world and everything that surrounds it. So rise and shine, as they say. Open your mind to the fact that you are starting to flower for the very first time ever on these shores, and the combined display of all of you will truly match any heavenly garden of delights. So again, we thank you on behalf of all of creation for being who you are, and for doing what you do. You are shimmering fountains of light, ready to erupt at any moment now, and when you do, what you bring forth will bring sustenance and relief to the most barren of fields, and this in turn will set this whole world of yours aflame with a light that will cause this entire planet to finally bloom the way it was intended to do. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com